Well, good afternoon, everybody. 3 o'clock Monday afternoon, May 18th. Kind of a wet day. Turned out to be a wet weekend. Saturday was nice. Had the trampoline, got the trampoline for a Nova and got that all put together. I actually ended up on it. I got a little bit of trampoline burn on my feet, my knees, from being on my hands and knees bouncing the grandkids around. Moving pretty good though. I can still do a flip. It wasn't pretty, but I got it done. Oh, so since Thursday night, I want to say we're right about an inch and 2/10 of rain. It rained this afternoon, but it didn't rain a bunch, but it just came down real quick. So as you can see, we got puddles in the driveway. The ground's dark. So I think we kind of are in a sucker hole right here where it went Bowling Green's that way to the west, and then like Norwalk to the east that way. They got a lot more rain from the way it looked on the radar, and we're kind of in a sucker hole here in the middle. He's off on an adventure. So thank goodness for that. Got one more field of corn to plant. I want to go across that field again with either the vertical till, or I think I'm leaning towards the field cultivator with the rolling harrow behind it. And I got that 20-foot drag I bought from Kirk. I might try to put that in the middle. My field cultivator, it's a 20-foot Conskildy. It's an SBC, got the tall shanks on it. It's got the extra bars in the front. It's a 5-bar unit. It does a nice job, but it's got a drag on the back. It's got one of them 5-bar drags that hangs off the chains, and it don't do nothing. I mean, it might knock the top of the dirt clods off and roll them over a little bit, but I've never been happy with that. That's why I bought the rolling harrow to put behind it. I got the 21-foot J&M rolling harrow that I bought brand new years ago to put behind it. But I got a 20-foot harrigator from Kirk, and my buddy Kirk, and I think I'm going to try and figure out how I can sneak that in between them. And I think that would really, really do a nice job then. Got to do a little playing around. Well, let's go for a walk. We'll go for a walk out here. Wait a minute. I got a battery pack for a flashlight. Had to put some new batteries in it. Got some handy little, let's turn this around. Got some handy little flashlights. I bought one and then was bragging it up, and Eric, he bought me 3 more for Christmas in my man crate that he made up. So yeah, here's what they look like. They're just cheap country trails, but they've got a real nice flashlight on the end of them, LED, and then they've got the cob one, I guess it's called. Got a hook on it that swivels. It's got a magnetic base. When you're working on something, you can, stick it on the plastic fender. Doesn't work, but I mean, it sticks on the side. Stick it on the side of the lift, stick it under the hood. They're nice. And like I said, they're cheap, so if it gets destroyed, I'm not really worried about it. But anyway, yeah, changing the headlights. Hi, Max. Yeah, you're a good boy, huh? You a good boy? Did you eat a cat today? Huh? Hopefully. But yeah, I got a headlight I got to change in the bug. Fine German engineering. Got to pull the whole headlight out the front. But anyway, let's we'll go for a walk out here. Max, you want to go for a walk? Huh? Are we going for a walk? Yeah. I'm still getting used to these camera settings. 4th row, lead sled. And now it's starting to sprinkle again. Bonsai trailer. Everybody needs a bonsai trailer. There's a smoker that me and my brother built. Ain't had much use for that. Ain't had a chance to use that much this year. Bertha's sitting out there getting the dust washed off of her. Old Kenny. 2470 sitting out here. Got the sprayer and the corn planter in the barn right now, sitting in the middle, hooked to things, so that takes up the whole center section of the barn. So I got some work I want to do with that rig right there. But yeah, here's my field cultivator that I bought years ago, and you can see the light orange or the light red stuff here on the front. That's all. See, I got busted shank right here, and there it is. But or actually, that's not the one off of there. There's a couple of them broke, but you can see where they added on everything that's discolored here. They stretched it and put another row of shanks in the front, so it's actually a 5 shank. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 under there. Actually 6, yeah, because they stretched out the back of it too, as you can see. So 6 of them, 6 rows, and it does a really good job, field cultivator wise. But this thing here, I've never been impressed with it. I've been threatening to lay rocks and railroad ties and everything else on it. She's kind of down in the front right now. The jack on it's not that good. When I unhooked it, it was sitting up, but as things sat here, the hitch went down, which is no big deal. Hook the hydraulics up to it and I can get it manipulated. But here's my J&M. It's a TF212 21-foot rolling harrow with the single bar drag in the front of it. But this hitch will extend out another, oh, what is this, 3 foot, 2 foot. And here's the hitch that I built on the field cultivator. It's a couple pieces of monorail, 2 pieces of this monorail that I welded straps, spot welded them together and welded straps. The first one goes up to the main cross member. There's a big I think it's about 3/4 inch brace that goes across there, and that's what the wing cylinders are hooked to, and that's welded right to the main cross member there. So the bottom one is welded to another plate. I guess they're 1/2 inch, and then that's bolted to that piece, and the top one extends all the way up to the hitch right in here. Let me climb through here without stumbling. So yeah, so I welded these pieces. I cut these pieces and they go on either side of this big plate here. There's one on this side and one on that side, and they're welded here. I cut slots in them so they could get welded on the inside there too. They come up, pinch together, and then they're actually bolted to this top piece of monorail, and that one goes the full length back. And then I took angle iron, pretty heavy angle iron, and went off an angle with the angle iron off to the corners to give it a little side-by-side stability for turning, especially with that rolling harrow in the ground, on the ground. You can turn with it. I feel comfortable enough turning with it. Let's see the brackets that I made. Those are welded in to this main cross member here and then bolted. And so yeah, so far so good. Took a big piece of 1 inch. Actually, what I'm thinking is taking all this stuff off, taking this drag off, getting rid of it, and dropping down right in here somewhere with another hitch like so, coming down and building the hitch down, and then I can hook the rolling or the hair gator, because it's got an extendable tongue, so I can hook the hair gator in there in place of this drag, leave this one hooked up on this hitch, and the drag will operate in this area right here. I can also, like I said, I can extend that hitch out 2.5, 3 feet yet. So we'll see. Just something I've been thinking about. I got to get busy on that old Volvo. I was looking at another truck, looking at an 01 International, but somebody else beat me to it. And I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to band-aid up that Volvo. There's some parts that are missing from when that tire blew. Get that all put back together and go with that. It's paid for. Been paid for a long time, so that's what I'm thinking I ought to do. But yeah, here's the hair gator. It's really nice shape. Like I said, it's got the extendable tongue on it, and it's 20 foot. I mean, it's a little short. I wish it was 21. You know, actually, I've never actually put a tape measure to this thing, but spikes are all in real good shape. They're all the way down. Drove all the way through. That hitch on the back of that would not support that rolling harrow, I'm afraid. Who knows? Maybe I'll make another hitch on this. Maybe I'll come up off of this I-beam here and that I-beam there, come up and make a bridge and make a hitch for that to hook that rolling harrow onto. Then I could shorten up that tongue on that a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Have to run another set of hydraulic lines, which no big deal, because actually the way I've got this plumbed up, let's walk back out here and I'll show you. When I got this rig and put it together, I had the 2470 here, and the 2470 has Pioneer fittings on it, but it's only got 2 remotes. Now, Dad did buy an electric switch valve. We never got it mounted yet, so that you could actually have 3 remotes. But we never got it put on there yet. But anyway, so it's only got 2 remotes. Options were 4 remotes and PTO. And this old girl has only got 2 remotes and no PTO. That's why I had that, when Gerwin's were selling that 4490, I bought that. That had 4 remotes and PTO, and that's what I ran the grain cart with. And that was pretty slick, running the grain cart, because if you wasn't in line with the truck, if you was a little too far away from it, you could actually crab steer the tractor and move it sideways as you pulled ahead. It was pretty slick. It worked out really well. But I traded that in when I bought Bertha. I had that tractor for, I think, 9 years, and they give me what I paid for it, so I can't complain about that. But anyway, like I was saying, switch this on. This set of hydraulics right here is plumbed in. How'd I do that? They are plumbed into the fold cylinders. No, they come back. Wait a minute, I got to think how I did it. I guess I should have looked at this before I started talking about it. Yeah, I think they're plumbed into the fold cylinders. Yes, there they are. I mean, how do you zoom in on this thing? No, that's the light. Anyhow, as you can see right there, I plumbed into the fold cylinders. So when you unfolded the field cultivator, once it unfolded, then the pressure would come back through this set, and then you could unfold the rolling harrow, and then the rolling harrow, once you get it unfolded, you throw this valve, which it is actually off now, and that locks the fold cylinders. So then when you would, if you needed to pick this up while you were in a field or for whatever reason, if you started to fold the wings up on the harrogate on the field cultivator, then it would actually pick this up out of the ground first. Yes, that's how I did it. And when I got Bertha over there, that's got 4 remotes on it, I ran another set of lines all the way from the front to here. And these are just spacers basically, to lengthen the hoses out so I can run this unit completely separate. So if I wanted to, I could hook the harrogator into here and run it off the wing cylinders, because I'm sure that that would pick up before the wings would come up. But that's another deal where you don't really need to pick that up going through the field unless you get into some of our blow sand and it starts plowing, but then you could still bump it up. So yeah, that might be something worth looking at. I might just have to look into that, building a hitch on top of that, because this thing is actually negative tongue weight. That's why it's sitting like it is, because this rolling harrow, all the weight's behind the axle, so it actually lifts here until you put it in the ground, and then it just comes down and sits. It really doesn't put a lot of weight downward. Yeah, so I'm liking this. I'm liking this idea. I might just have to see what I can do about that. Yes, sir. You're a farmer, you're always thinking. I've still got a bunch of that monorail. I got it out of the plant when they tore out a bunch of overhead conveyors. That's pretty good stuff to work with. It's got some excuse me, sorry. It's got some spots where brackets and stuff were welded on, angle iron supports and stuff like that, fan mounts, stuff like that, but that's just simple grinding to get rid of that. So yeah. Oops, finger. So yeah, we could build an arch from this member here up and over this member and put a hitch in there. Maybe triangulate it forward, put some small bracing forward on each side. Heck yeah. I'm gonna have to look into that. Yes sir, yes sir. All right, where's my monorail? Here's a bunch of monorail laying right here. Anywhere from 15 to 25 foot pieces. There's some short pieces right here that I had cut. We were going to make a framework. This was part of it right here. We were going to make a framework for behind the little 8N tractor for Eric to carry firewood, but we decided to go the skidder route. This table here, this used to be part of a platform, and I got it out of work for scrap price. And then I got this section here. I'm gonna make a bench out of it, welding table / bench. So that'll be a project for one of these years. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna have to think about that hitch setup there and get something whipped up here pretty quick. Because like I said, that rolling harrow doesn't Doesn't put hardly any down pressure down, which is a bad thing for the harrigator, because the harrigator could always use a little bit of weight on it, just to, especially in the black ground, to get her to push a little bit. Yeah. All right. The only problem is the harrigator's a manual fold, but if I can't get out of the tractor and fold up them wings, and then shame on me. What's Max doing? He's down the lane on an adventure. Hey, look at that. I'm zooming. Where'd he go? There he is. He's got 136 acres to run around on here, and where's he want to go? Other side of the ditch. He's pretty good about it. We got him trained pretty good. All right, so let's bring this back in where it's supposed to be. There we go. All right. All right, well, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's staying safe, keeping their sanity with the social distancing. Not really sure what's going on with that anymore. One day they say they're going to open things up. The next day they extend the stay-at-home order, which is now, if I'm not mistaken, the stay-at-home order has been extended to the 1st of June around here, state of Ohio. So I know I see more and more traffic on the road all the time, so I hope everybody's safe. I'm afraid that's the only way this is going to get contained, if we all stay away from each other and let it die down, or 2 weeks, you know. But we'll see. Hopefully they come up with a vaccine or something for it, get it under control. But anyway, well, I'm going to get busy on changing this headlight out before I get pulled over. It's only been blowed out for a week and a half. So, yeah. All right, got to find what I did with the other ones. They're right over here on the wagon. Oh, I got to change that battery out on that dump trailer too. I got one of the camper batteries in the dump trailer when we were moving all that dirt the other day. I think it made about 6 or 7 loads, and she was dead. So I had two of the big batteries for in the camper, so we had them switched. I just had Eric come up and swap that out so he could keep hauling dirt. So okay, like I said, gonna get busy on this, and who knows, I might have a fire truck in here later today, servicing it. Got one left to do. So we'll talk at you later. Bye. All right, that was interesting. Turn this around. The whole assembly comes out. There's a lever. Let me get a flashlight. Hang on. There we go. Put that, oops, wrong one. There's a lever right here that you pull upwards. There's a safety latch right there. You push that in, pull that lever up, and then wiggle the headlight, and the whole assembly comes out with that little bitty wire hook to it. And then you take this sealed cover off the back, and right there's your headlight. So voila. So we got her changed out, and it works. Turn the key on, running light comes on. I gotta polish these things. They're getting awfully dark. So anyway, all right, that's a two-handed job. I'll get that cover back on and get her slid back in there. You can see this this whole tray right here. Grab a light. This whole tray right here, there's a couple of different locks around it, and it rotates and locks in to these tabs right here, and sucks it right in there like a cam lock. Pretty neat. All right, well, I changed one once before, and so I kind of knew what I was doing, but that lock was hard to get. I'm going to spray a little weasel piss in there, WD-40 or a little lubricant in there when I put her back together. Probably not. It'll just wash away by the time I need to change it again, hopefully. But anyway, we'll get this back together, and had to get the cheaters out to see. Got to have the cheaters in the bottom of the safety glasses. It's heck getting old. Anyway, talk at you later. Bye-bye. Yeah, okay. Simple job. Simple job. And this happens. So I got it back in, and you can't see. Let me get a flashlight. Let me get a flashlight. All right. I use this screwdriver so I keep my fingers out of the way. That piece in my hand, which is the lever, which sits in there like that, that you pull up, you push this little release. You can see the hash marks right there. You push that little release in and you pull up on that lever, which is in that slot. Well, when I took the headlight assembly out, this fell out. So that's broke. Well, I don't know if you can even get it. So I did some finagling and got it back in there. And I used this screwdriver to pry that lever back down. If you look in that slot, you can see that it's almost all the way down in there. You can't hardly see it anymore. So the next time, which I probably should have took the time, tore it apart, ordered a new one. Who knows if it's even available. Simple job. Hour later. So it'll be interesting the next time I go to change it. Hopefully I don't have to. So anyway, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna run up to the fire station, and I might possibly bring that truck back out here and throw her up on the rack and service it. So, all right, we'll talk to you later. All right, Monday evening, 5 o'clock, right at 5 o'clock. Got the fire truck out here in the garage. Oil filters, got her good and warmed up. Getting her up on the lifts. I think I got her set pretty good, so. Go in there and take a look and make sure we're where we need to be. That all looks good. That looks good. She's wagging her. Just tail down a little bit, but that'll be all right. Walk around on this side. Check and double check. Not into the fuel tank. Good deal. All right. We just got to watch the cap on the door. Light bar on top of the cab. All right, the light bar hit the safety lock. Let's let her down a little bit. And there, we're on the mechanical locks. So there we go. Wide view. No, not you. Wide view. There we go. All right, we'll figure out what we got to do to get under here. Get the engine oil drained out of her. Looks like about a, ooh, that's small. Probably metric, either 9/16 or 15 millimeter. So we'll get the old trusty dusty drain barrel pulled out. Well, I don't need to bore you with this stuff. You guys all know how to change oil. I do got to figure out where the filter is. This thing's a monster. Yeah. I got big hands, but still, that's a filter about the size of my lawnmower. But anyway, evidently that's what Dodges need. They must run that clean. 5.7 Hemi in this one. So yeah, all right, well, we'll check back in a little bit. Well, all right. Oil changed. Oil and filter changed. There's not a grease zerd on the whole truck. No, nothing on this tie rod ends, nothing on the ball joints, nothing on the drive shafts. I guess if you own this Dodge, you don't even need to own a grease gun. 7 quarts of oil. Reset the mileage. There we go. No leaks. No weird sounds. Brakes look good. U-joints look good. So I guess we're done. We'll get her outside, close everything up, head back up to the station. Maybe I can take part in the virtual training we got going on. Don't want to forget the flashlight. Man, that's a bright little booger. Let's see. Steam light. Yeah, steam light. She's pretty impressive. Got the strobe feature on her. I'm sure this is some Lieutenant Herman's doings. Got a nice little mount here that it slides down in and recharges. I think. Yep, there's a light on. So she's recharging. It is a nice truck. I give them the raspberries about buying another Dodge because I'm a Ford guy. But we actually bought this truck off of a lieutenant on the fire department. He was getting a new one, and we were testing out a couple of different side-by-sides just for people movers. But they decided to purchase a truck. Crew cab, short bed, 4-wheel drive. It's got 54,000 on it now. I think we've put about 11,000 miles on it since we've had it. Of course, we had it, or not painted, but it was a red truck. But we had the top wrapped in white, the gold leaf, and the stripes put on it. And then we bought a cap. We've got a shelf system in the back with the deck. Really nice system. We just got that installed, and we haven't really loaded it up. For those that care, there's a bottle opener. Got your fish scale. So yeah, it's a nice unit. Got some LED lights in here. So anyway, we'll rain it out. Misting. Nah, it's misting. It's raining. It's more than a mist. So we'll head on up there and do the paperwork. No job's done until the paperwork is finished. Close these other doors. Hi, Max. You want to get in and out of the rain? Huh? You want to get in and out of the rain? Boy, I hope it quits raining and dries up for a few days. I'd get these straw bales out from away from the house. Okay, there you go.